It's Tuesday, the 12th of October 2021. Welcome to the Fear and Greed Business Headlines, where we give you the top 5 business stories you need to know in just 5 minutes. I'm Michael Thompson, and good morning, Sean Aylmer.
Good morning, Michael.
5 stories, 5 minutes, let's get stuck into it. It was a big day yesterday on the COVID front, with lockdowns ending, hints of borders reopening. What happened?
Well, it was a red letter day for the east coast of Australia. New South Wales came out of strict lockdown with retailers and bars reporting plenty of traffic. Victoria said it was on track to reopen within weeks and will allow all citizens to access Pfizer and Moderna vaccines. Queensland indicated it will open to other states and the world in about 5 weeks' time, and as a result, everyone in the state needs to get vaccinated. And the ACT said it's on track to open up again on Friday. Pretty good 24 hours all around. Starting with New South Wales, it was a very busy day throughout Sydney with queues around retail outlets. There was some further good news from the state government. It said it was pushing to reopen international borders in coming weeks. Now, Victoria does still look problematic. More than 1,600 cases and 8 deaths recorded yesterday. That's more than 3 times the number in New South Wales, but the government is still talking about reopening, hopefully at the end of this month. The New South Wales and Victorian premiers both said that the border between the states should reopen once this current peak in Victoria is over. And the ACT recorded 32 new cases yesterday. It will reopen on Friday because its vaccination rate is now more than 70%.
All right, that's story number 1. Big one for story number 1. On to number 2 today. And we love initial public offerings here at Fear and Greed.
We do.
It's always a bit of a thrill seeing a company list on the ASX for the first time. And it's been a cracking year for IPOs.
Sure has. Figures from Refinitiv released yesterday show that 121 companies have debuted on the share market this year. Now, that's the best since 2007 when there were 136 listings, but of course, we've still got 2.5 months to go. A couple of big ones still to come. We've got US fund manager GQG Partners. That's worth about $1.3 billion and expected to list in the next few weeks. Same deal with Judo Bank. That's worth about $650 million. It's great to see the IPO market back, particularly at the end of last year when we had companies like Newey listing, doing well to begin with, and then falling hard. Didn't give the IPO market a good rap, but things seem to be back again.
All right, that's story 2. Story number 3. Big day yesterday for Star Entertainment. There were some allegations made, very serious allegations made in 9 newspapers and on 60 Minutes about suspected money laundering, foreign interference, fraud and organised crime, all at the New South Wales and Queensland casinos. Now, the share price of Star Entertainment fell 23% yesterday. So clearly the market didn't like what it heard.
They didn't, though not too many people were surprised. We've spent the last couple of years watching Crown Entertainment being castigated by inquiries in New South Wales, Victoria and Western Australia about its operations and allegations of money laundering, etc. It's not really a surprise, I suppose, that the Star has become embroiled in some of these. Now, one of the allegations which is particularly worrying is that the Star board didn't act back in 2018 on 2 confidential reports detailing faulty anti-money laundering and counter-terrorism financial procedures. New South Wales Premier Dominic Perrottet said the allegations were concerning and he threatened to take appropriate action. It would be no surprise if we saw the New South Wales government decide to conduct an inquiry into Star.
All right, on to story number 4. And the Federal Treasury's review of the $90 billion JobKeeper program has found that it was well targeted and highly effective in maintaining employment and supporting the economy.
True, but there were around $13 billion of payments that went to businesses that recorded increases in revenue during the COVID crisis, and about the same that went to companies whose turnovers didn't decline by the benchmarks of 30 and 50%. Now, a clawback mechanism had been called for, but it wasn't used because the government didn't want to provide any disincentives. Labor's been very upset about this, but JobKeeper, it was far from perfect, but it did get money to people quickly when they needed it.
Indeed. Now, story number 5. I know it's very early in the week still, but this could well be my favourite story of the week because we've spoken a bit about pump and dump chat rooms and pump and dump schemes whereby investors push a stock hard and then as the price rises, they sell out, making a profit, but potentially leaving everyone else with potentially overpriced stock. Now, these chat rooms where they coordinate the schemes, the corporate regulator actually joined one yesterday.
Yes, the Australian Securities and Investments Commission posted a message on the Telegram chat room telling traders they might be breaking the law. I have never heard of that before. I'm not sure that anyone in these chat rooms had heard of it before. But ASIC told everyone in the Pump and Dump organisation forum that it could see all trades and had access to trader identities, warning of $1 million fines. Apparently no one really believed it was from ASIC, but later in the day the regulator confirmed it had made the post, saying Pump and Dump platforms prey on the vulnerable and gullible who participate.
Cracking story for Story 5. There we go, the top 5 business stories in 5 minutes. Thank you, Sean.
Thank you, Michael.
It's Tuesday, the 12th of October, 2021. Remember to hit follow on the podcast. And if you want something a little bit longer than 5 minutes, you can always find our longer podcast called Fear and Greed on your podcast platform. And more information always available at fearandgreed.com.au, where you can also sign up for our free daily newsletter. I'm Michael Thompson, and that was Fear and Greed. Have a great day.